النبي وجميل قمر النبي وجميل قمر سيدنا النبي قمر وجميل سيدنا النبي وجميل
يا نبي السلام عليك يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك يا نبي السلام عليك يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك
سلام عليك يا رسول
يا نبي سلام عليك يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك يا نبي سلام عليك يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك
قمر سيدنا النبي وجميل قمر النبي وجميل قمر سيدنا النبي قمر وجميل سيدنا النبي وجميل
يا نبي السلام عليك يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك يا نبي السلام عليك يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد وإن أصدق حديث كتاب الله وأحسن هدي محمد وشر الأمور محدثاتها فإن كل محدثة بدعة فإن بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Today is 10th of Rajab. Hijrah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is 1440 years, which is equivalent to 17th of March 2019 on the Gregorian Christian calendar. I say Assalamu alaikum to all of you and welcome you to the most anticipated program that you've been waiting for, that is Islamic Thought, here on Imam platforms, Imam Online TV, Imam Online Radio, Imam Facebook, Imam YouTube channel, and all the Muslim Access Movement platforms. We say Assalamu alaikum to all of you, and we hope you are all well, live and kicking. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our little efforts. Today we are continuing our program, which we call, we started a topic, jihad, and we did the first program some couple of weeks ago, and today we are bringing you jihad number 2. That is a continuation of the topic. Last time we discussed about who and who qualifies, or the modes of jihad, the meaning of that word jihad. You can go back to our programs earlier on. You can get the meaning, and you can get the Islamic meaning of the word jihad as well. And today we are continuing, inshallah. Like we have said the last time, in the Islamic Sharia, it is not in the Islamic jurisprudence that we should be forcing people to accept Islam. And if they don't accept, we take a gun and shoot or kill anybody, kill the infidels, as they normally say, kill them because they are not accepted Islam. In the Islamic Sharia, in the Islamic literature, it is not acceptable. We made mention and emphasize on this topic, on this sentence, because when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and gave him the prophethood, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself, the first verses in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when called the Prophet Muhammad, he asked him the following, asked him to do the following. So you can refer to Quran chapter 96 verse 1 to 5. The first 5 verses, Allah said, Ikra Bismi Rabbika Allazi Khalaqa Khalaqal Insana Min Alaq Ikra wa Rabbukal Akram Allazi Allama Bil Kalam Allamal Insana Ma Lam Ya'lam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told the Prophet to read, learn with the name of your God. Preach to the people the God who created you from a cleansing substance. Okay? And the God who taught man with pen. And Allah, and then he taught man, Allah al insana ma lam ya'lam. He also taught men what they knew not. So the first thing that Muslims, preachers, Muslims, propagators should do is to preach. First is to read. we have to learn and acquire knowledge. And after the knowledge, then we preach to people. When the prophet heard that news from the first time, and the one who brought him that message, the fear, and then there was a great fear in him, because he did not know who is talking to him and who has come to him, a huge figure like Gabriel, the angel. So he was afraid, and he quickly ran to his home and find a place to go and hide and sleep, so that he will be free from that fear. When he was there, the message came to him again. And now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Al-Mudassir, Quran chapter 74, verse 1 to 7, Allah said, Ya ayyuhal mudassir, kum fa'anzir, wa rabbaka fakabbir, wa siyabaka fatahhir, wa rujza fahjir, wa la tamnun tastaksir, wa li rabbika fasbir. Allahu Akbar. Allah said, oh, you who have covered himself, kum fa'anzir, get up, go and then preach. Wa rabbuka fakabbir, and your Lord, the name of your Lord, should be glorified. Wasiyabaka fatahir, and your clothing should be purified. Wala tamnun tastaksir. Before that, warujuza fahjir, and uncleanness is something you should avoid. Wala tamnun tastaksir, and do not confer favor to acquire more. Wala rabbika fasbir, but for your Lord be patient. Sakir. So that is what it all started. Now, when the prophet received this message, then he get up and went to the forefront of the town, that is Makkah, and climbed a very big hill, and then stood on it, and started calling all of them Arabs, calling them every tribe, Quraysh, whatever, every tribe of Arab at that time, and he called all of them. And they were wondering, why is Muhammad calling us at this time of the day? So they all gathered, and the prophet told them that, I want to ask you something. Now, if I tell you that there is, he first asked them that, Jama'ah, or people, do you look at me, or do you see me as somebody who is a liar? They said no. And have I ever posted myself as a liar? Have I ever lied to anyone before? Do you have any news about me that I'm a liar? They said no. Now if I tell you there is an enemy at the back of this hill coming to attack us, will you people believe in me? They said sure. Why not? We believe in you. We believe that what you are saying is true. And he said that, okay, now if I say that I am the messenger of Allah, will people believe me? And they all became quiet. All of them became very quiet. Nobody spoke anything. Now, in this quietness came out one man called Abu Lahab, and said, and raised up his finger and said, Taballaka ya Muhammad, Alihaza Jama'atana, may curse be upon you, Muhammad. Is this the reason why you called us? And you know, people, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a defender of Muhammad because he sent him. So if you touch him physically or spiritually or verbally or anything, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to reply you instantly. So the first person to be mentioned as a hellfire person in the time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was Abu Lahab. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala started saying, Taballaka ya Tabbat yada Abi Lahabi wa taba. That finger of Abi Lahabi should be returned to him in case. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala finished Abu Lahab. Even his wife, Wamratuhu Hamalat al-Hatab, his wife that used to also go around confusing people not to accept Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala included her in Abu Lahab's Jahannam. So that is how it started. the Prophet ﷺ continued the preaching, began the preaching as his Lord has commanded him to do. Now, when he started preaching, people, come on, the people of Makkah at that time were divided into three. Immediately the Prophet started preaching. Before then, they were one, they were idol worshippers, some people, they do whatever they like. But when the Prophet started the preaching, now the people divided into three. There were a group that believed in him, straightforward, that yeah, this guy is truthful, we know him, there's no way he can lie. So they accepted him and believed, one. And the second group are the other group of people who did not believe in him at all. They just said he is lying. And there is another group who did not know what to do. They were in a serious confusion. They said, what Muhammad has brought is very strange. The last people, those who cannot believe and those who cannot deny. They cannot believe it, neither can they deny him. So they were like, what Muhammad has brought is very strange. We know this guy of not a liar. We know him to be truthful. That is why before even he became a prophet, the people around him called him Al-Amin. Amin, that means the trustworthy, someone you can trust. Okay, so they trusted him. And this person is not a liar. And if he is saying, like, he's not a liar, and if he wants to start lying, is it possible that he can start with the name of Allah? A person who has never lied before, and he wants to start lying, and he starts with the name of God? But if that's even true, they were saying that al-wahada, all the numerous gods that we have, both in the Kaaba, those in our houses, those in the sky, that we know we have a lot of gods. Can there be just only one God? Kai. Inna hadha la shay'un ujab. In fact, this boy has brought a very strange thing, something that is too difficult. We are so marveled with what Muhammad is saying. Inna hadha ila shay'un urad. It is so difficult. You see, they were very confused because one, Muhammad is not a liar, and two, they don't know why he can just say that all the numerous gods that we know are not God, but there is only one true God. And this truth that this boy has brought is too big to believe. In fact, let's be careful with what Muhammad is saying. So the people were thrown in confusion. Now, Prophet ﷺ continued preaching. And you know, the Prophet continued preaching, and Abu Lahab also continued destroying it. Yes, it's about wear and tear. The Prophet is wearing, and then Abu Lahab too is also tearing. You know, he will do that like this. When the Prophet gathered a lot of people and preached them, when the people are about to accept, Abu Lahab will come and say, hey, this boy, he is my son. I and his father have one father. We are brothers. Okay? And I am not believing in him. Why should you people believe in him? La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. This is what the logic he was using to destroy all the works of Prophet Muhammad. And nobody assigned him to do that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala assigned Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to preach good to his people. Abu Lahab was not sent by anyone, but he had just taken upon himself to destroy all the good things the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was doing. This is what we have right now. There are a lot of people, they don't like good. So when other people are doing good, they instead of them neither accepting or rejecting or sitting down idle, they will not. They will try as much as possible to destroy all the good things the Muslim people are doing. That is the biggest problem we are facing right now in Islam and in the world. There are a lot of bad nuts in Islam. There are a lot of bad people in the religion, and they have done a lot of atrocities. They have used the name of Islam to do a lot of bad atrocities, and it is destroying the other innocent Muslims. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept us and have mercy on us. It continued. The Prophet continued preaching, and they also continued harassing him, beating him. This one, leave him. If whatever he is saying is a lie, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to handle him himself. It went on to the extent that one day, Prophet went to the Kaaba to pray. And when he was praying, there were some old foolish people who were also sitting down, drinking their alcohol and doing all their things. So one of them said that, what kind of nonsense is this? Are we here drinking our alcohol, enjoying ourselves? And that boy is also sitting there saying he's praying in front of us. Who can go and collect the feces of the newborn sheep there, so that we can throw it on him when he goes to sujood? And then there comes, they get an ashkal kauluhu, isn't bad ashkar. They got a foolish and useless man, like the time of Prophet Salih, who will go and do to the Prophet such a nasty incident. So he went and then brought all those feces. And then when the Prophet ﷺ went to sujood, then they threw the feces on him. La ilaha illallah. Ibn Mas'ud is the one giving us this hadith. If you look at Sahih Bukhari, Kitab al-Masajidi. And Ibn Mas'ud was saying that I was there watching all these incidents they are doing to my master. I cannot reply, or I cannot even save him. So Ibn Mas'ud said he rushed to the house and told Fatima Zahra that go and save the Prophet ﷺ. This is what and that they are doing to him. So go and then bring him home. So Fatima came and then took the Prophet and then washed, cleaned every feces on him, and then insulted the old fools people, and then they were still laughing at him. So the Prophet ﷺ raised his hand and said, Allahumma alayka bi Quraysh. Allah, deal with these people for me. Immediately the Prophet raised his hand to make that prayer. They all stopped and became afraid, because even in the time of Jahiliyyah, in the time of ignorance, all of them knew that any prayer made at Kaaba is acceptable. Any prayer that is made against you at the Kaaba will not go unanswered. So even if you have something with somebody and you hear him going to the Kaaba to go and pray, then you say, "Come, oh, sorry, what are we doing here?" So when the Prophet started praying, they all became quiet, and then he went away. So, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. So Jama'ah, these are just a little, one over numerous tribulations, numerous hatred that the Prophet went through himself, and then even his followers. There was a time they were beaten, they were denied marriage, they were driven out from their homes, they were denied of their own farms, markets. Any social intervention, the people isolated them from it. Nobody will trade with a Muslim, nobody will do anything with them. It went on to the extent that Imam Muslim, in his book, in his Sahih, said that one of the Sahabas went to the Prophet ﷺ. One of the Sahabas went to the Prophet and said, "Hey, Ya Muhammad, Ya Rasulullah, can't you see what these people are doing to us? Can't you see a lot of trouble we are going through? We don't have houses, we don't have food, nobody is trading with us, nobody is buying anything from us, nobody is giving us their daughters. We have denied of everything as our social right. Prophet, what are you doing about it?" The Prophet ﷺ was just leaning on a wall like this. Because he himself, he was troubled. So he was just like this and looking at him. While the man was also complaining. So he told him that, hey, you people are impatient. Gone were the days where people who follow the Prophet were brought in front of people and telling them to deny their belief or they are going to be divided into two. And the people stood still, they did not. And then they were divided into two. Well, they were cut into pieces just because they are following one prophet and just because they are following Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you have to be patient. I'm telling you, this religion, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to make it fruitful, is going to make it prosper to the extent that one person will wake up from Hazarmaut, but then Hazarmaut now Oman, now country of Oman. He said that one person can, Allah is going to protect this religion to the extent that somebody can wake up from that place and drive all his sheep until he reach Medina, a Muslim, without being harmed and without fear. It's just a matter of time. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to defend his religion. So there came some verses that started, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala started consoling his own prophet, encouraging him and then the believers. And I'm going to take 5 of them. Allah said that وَاسْجُدْ لِحُكُمِ بِرَبِّكَ فَإِنَّكَ بِأَعْيُنِنَا. Allah said, be patient with the various and trials of your Lord. That is the ways of our Lord. That is the ways of us. That is how we do our things. And we have to, you people have to acquire some strength. You people have to be steadfast. You people have to suffer before this religion is going to stand. Allah says, we see everything that you people are going through. In the second verse, Allah said that فَاسْفَ عَنْهُمْ وَقُلْ سَفْ عَنْهُمْ فَاسْفَهَا يَعْلَمُونَ. Okay, man? Keep patient and steadfast. No matter the hate words, you say, let's live in peace. No matter the tribulation, no matter the hatred from the kafirs, from people who are not Muslims, attacking them, insulting them, branding them, the best thing you Muslims have to do is to be patient. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching. He is there watching everything. If you know how to fight, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to fight for you. Muslims, if we know we can fight ourselves, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is just going to sit down and fold his hands and watch other people bringing guns and shooting Muslims and killing them. Because some of them want to take their laws into their own hands. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will just be like this and look at you and see if you can fight on yourself. You cannot. So we are advising all our Muslim brothers, those people who are using Islamic names, all the groups that are using Islamic names, please, it's high time the people they are living with, advise them to lay down their guns, lay down their cutlasses, and stop taking the laws in their own hands. Let's all sit down and go to the masjid and pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to fight for us. If you want to take the laws in your own hands, there's no way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to help you. If you think you can fight, then Allah is going to sit down and look at you. Go and fight. The third ayah, Allah said, فَاسْفَهِ صَفَّ الْجَمِيلِ. Allah is saying that let's be forgiving with a pure forgiveness. We have to be forgiving Muslims. We should not be people who are going to be revengers. Everything they are going to revenge. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling you in the Quran that we have to revenge. We have to forgive. Pure forgiveness. Not just ordinary forgiveness. Sincere forgiveness. Number 4. قُلْ لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا يَكْفُرُوا بِالَّذِينَ لَا يَرْجُونَ أَيَّامَ اللَّهِ. Okay? He said, tell the believers, Allah said to the Prophet, tell the believers to be steadfast and calm with all that the believers or kafirs are doing to them. Okay, because the disbelievers don't even believe that there is Allah, let alone thinking that there is a day to meet Him. Allahu Akbar. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling the Muslims to be steadfast, to be patient with all what the kafirs are doing. We have to be patient and pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to fight for us. Because these people that we think we are fighting them, one, they don't believe in the existence of Allah. Two, if someone don't believe that Allah is there, will he believe that there is a day to meet Him? That is automatically no. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said at that stage, in that time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was giving the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Muslims not asking anyone to fight. He rather go on telling them to be patient. The best jihad at that stage was to call them to Allah and preaching. Now that is the best jihad at this time. The best jihad at this time of the world that we are living in, Zaman, is to intensify the preaching, the education, is to intensify the knowledge. A lot of Muslim youth, a lot of Muslim groups have misunderstood a lot of Quranic ayahs, taking them out of context and acting upon them. This is because there are no preachers preaching them the Quran. The verses, they are not getting a good Islamic learner, a good Islamic scholar, interpreting the verses of Allah for them. So some of them just get up and take one thing, will kill the infidels, will kill them wherever you see them, kill them, blah 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 blah, and then creating a whole lot of problem for the innocent and numerous Muslims around the world. Finally, I say I sympathize with the families and friends of those who suffered last Friday's massive and barbaric shooting in Christchurch, New Zealand. May Allah forgive them and all departed souls. Our brothers in Masjid An-Nur Islam, and then another one in Leeuwood Islamic Center, who were massacred last Friday. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive them. And I also appreciate the response of the people of New Zealand, especially their Prime Minister, Ms. Jacinda Ardern. We thank you so much. We thank you so much for your open support and open criticism of that nasty and barbaric incident. And then this woman, I read a few things about her. She's around 38 years old, and it looks like she is the youngest female government leader in the world. The world's youngest female leader of government in the world. And she's learned, and I like the way she come on screens, even with veils covering her head and showing her remorse, showing her heartfelt grief of that bad incident that happened. We thank you, and then I also appreciate and thank the police. The police also have done very well for being able to track and arrest that right-wing extremist by name Brenton Tarrant, 28-year-old Australian, and who has a lot of, he has a lot of ideology, and he belongs to a social movement. Chaman, if this incident didn't happen, a lot of people think that when you talk about terrorism, then Islam comes to mind. But there are a lot of criminal ideas that is going on. That if politicians, if leaders don't stand up and put a stop to it, it's going to be a very big problem for all the people in the world. Because today, if someone has this idea of white superiority, and there are a lot of people who buy that, who have not openly declared it. So if the leaders don't stand up and educate people on how to stop all those things, it's going to bring a very big problem for all of us. We don't encourage anybody to feel superior over anybody. Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. The best among you are the people who fear God, who fear Allah. That's it. Whether you are black, you are white, you are red, you are yellow, and you don't have the fear of God, you are nothing in front of God, and you are nothing in front of people. Let's show love to one another. Hatred and hate words, hate speeches. Let's end these people. Let's stop these ones. It's not going to help us. Way back in the medieval times, the people live happily. People live freely. People live with all their eyes closed. People can pray in their mosques. People can pray in their temples. People can pray in their churches. People can live. People can go to market. People are happy with their girlfriends, with their wives, with their friends, with their boyfriends, with their family, with their work, with their anything. People are just concerned about how to make daily bread, how to live happily in the world. Now people are also that kind of good thinking has vanished, and now people are now thinking of being superior to this, being the big people in this. This has brought us a lot of problems. And then thanking the police and thanking, you know one thing about New Zealand's law is that this person has been successfully arrested and charged with murder. And according to the laws, the maximum charge or the maximum sentence is going to be life in prison after ending about 49 lives and over 20 injured. The maximum punishment for him is just life in prison. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. We thank the people of New Zealand. In fact, I've been following all the news and watching them. We can see that they are being surprised by such an incident. I mean, they never dreamt of such a nasty incident can happen in their country. And we are watching from afar, and we accept all your condolences in good faith, and I hope you will do your possible best to make this barbaric incident the first and the last. The first and the last. It is not acceptable. We, the Muslim society, does not accept it in any form. We does not encourage our young men to go and kill. Neither will we also accept other people come and kill us. We bring today's program to a close and continue, God willing, next week with the free version. Allahumma taqabbal minna innaka anta samiul alim wa tub alayna ya mawlana innaka anta tawwabur rahim warzuqna wa fiqna ila al-haqqi wa ila tariqil mustaqima bi barakatil qur'anil azim wa bi hurmati man asatahu rahmatan lil alamin wa fanna ya karim wa fanna ya rahim wa fulana dunubana fadlika wa karamika ya akramal akramin. ربنا تقبل منا انك انت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا انك انت التواب الرحيم. اللهم اعز الاسلام والمسلمين، اللهم اعز الاسلام والمسلمين واذل الشرك والمشركين ودمر اعداءك اعداء الدين وانصر عبادك المجاهدين وانصر عبادك الموحدين في كل مكان. ربنا ظلمنا انفسنا وان لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا انك جامع الناس ليوم لا ريب فيه ان الله لا يخلف الميعاد. ربنا إنك جامع الناس ليوم لا ريب فيه إن الله لا يخلف الميعاد. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. إن الله تعالى وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما وصلى الله على نبيه وعلى آله وسلم تسليما كثيرا. آمين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
يا نبي سلام عليك، يا رسول سلام عليك، يا حبيب سلام عليك،
سيدنا النبي وجميل قمر نبي وجميل قمر سيدنا النبي قمر وجميل 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 سيدنا النبي وجميل